It's news time. Information is power. The current. The news headline. Buhari's visit. I will lead war against IPOB if it make any move. Governor Umahi. The news in full. The Ebonyi State Governor David Umahi has said that the indigenous people of Biafra cannot stop President Muhammadu Buhari from visiting the state. Umahi was reacting to a statement by the IPOB spokesperson Ima Powerful that Buhari should not visit the state, where the IPOB has vowed that in the statement that it would lock down the southeast if such a visit was contemplated. Umahi, who spoke during the state's annual Thanksgiving at the Government House Chapel Abakaliki, said that Buhari's visit to the state was already billed for early next year. He also said that the project will be commissioned by President Muhammadu Buhari were being executed as if he was going to visit in December, and he said that he saw one misguided element that calls himself IPOB and saying that Mr. President is not welcomed in Ebonyi. Therefore, he said in that statement that particular person from the IPOB saying that President Muhammadu Buhari should not come around to Ebonyi State is just inconsequential. Says that he was in Paris and he told Mr. President that the leaders of the Southeast would want to visit him over the issue of peace in the Southeast, and he appealed to him to postpone the visit to next year. He's therefore saying that he is sure that only himself knows this particular information, that he decided not to share it with anyone. So therefore saying that if Mr. President will come when they want him to come, then he would actually come. And the IPOB guy who was actually saying the whole threat is just as inconsequential, saying that if he's serious, let him eat the wall, and he should see that he would not find his feet to go back, saying that if they try anything funny, that is ready to come out and lead the war against them. The organization noted that IPOB, like other groups, is entitled to its views. Uwanize said it has been lobbying other regions to support the Southeast Geopolitical Zone to produce the next president. It agreed with the Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, on the need to lobby other regions, and the chairman of the ACF, Chief Audu Ogbe, on Thursday said that the Southeast must get the support of other regions to enable the zone to produce the next president. Responding, Uwanize's spokesman Alex Ogbonaya told the nation that the idea of going around and lobbying other regions for support for the president from the Southeast region is good. There is nothing wrong with it. Chief Ogbe also knows that the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, which is Professor George Obiozo, has spoken to him about the need for the president to come from the Southeast Geopolitical Zone. We have also met the people of the South-South and people of the Southwest, so we are moving about. Ogbonaya called on Nigerians to support someone from the Southeast for president in 2023, saying that they want to use the opportunity to remind the ACF that in 1959 the Igbo through Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe supported the North. 20 years after, in 1979, the Igbo through Alex Ekwueme, Keo Mbadiwe and others also supported the North, which saw the emergence of Alhaji Shehu Shagari as the president. Another 20 years after, the Igbo supported President Olusegun Obasanjo, and thereafter we supported Yar'Adua and later Dr. Jonathan. We have always been supporting others. Our simple prayer is for Nigerians to do unto Igbo what we have been doing unto others, he said. And on the misconception that IPOB represents Ndigbo, Ogbonaya said that the other thing which they also said is that the IPOB is causing embarrassment and all. In response, it is strange and curious that some Nigerians would highlight the views expressed by the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB and not the ones expressed by Ohanaeze Ndigbo. IPOB is an organization. We have many organizations in Igbo land, saying that Nigerians should rather take the views of Ohanaeze as representing the entire Igbo people, and says the nation captured the response through the ACF chief Audu Ogbe and also that of the spokesperson to the Ohanaeze Ndigbo via the chairman who happens to make it clean and clear that the IPOB does not represent the Southeast Ohanaeze Ndigbo.
Justice Peter Nyako on November 10, 2021, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extradited from Kenya back to Nigeria, of which there has been a case where the lawyers have said that this was an unlawful means of bringing him back to Nigeria after it was reported that he jumped bail in 2017, where it was allegedly said that the military invaded his house and killed several people, in which his parents who actually lost their lives. And ever since then, ever since he has been extradited back to Nigeria, this case had been at the Federal High Court, Abuja, where 7-count charges were made against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And here is the Vice President saying that for peace to reign, it is necessary for these self-determination agitators to stop doing things that would separate Nigeria, because our unity can never be divided based on instinct. Yet, there are certain things that could be done by virtues of words. It is a known fact that inspirations toward actions could be triggered via words. This speculation has led to the subject of this article, which features to present a throwback of Obasanjo's word in 2017 that could be an inspiration for him to meet and educate present-day separatists. Sometime in the year 2017, former President Olusegun Obasanjo had an interview with Newsweek magazine, and in the course of the interview, he made heartwarming statements regarding the Biafra war in relation to Nnamdi Kanu's agitation at that time. In the same vein, he expressed his unquenchable desire to meet with Kanus alongside with other separatists across the country in order to admonish them on the need to keep secession by the side and embrace unity in the country. In the light of this throwback, here are the words of Obasanjo that could inspire him to meet separatists of today and teach them to embrace unity. Obasanjo highlights on civil war. Those who fought in the war in Biafra will not want to fight in any other war. I fought in that war, and it was an unfortunate war. I said I had fought one war too many in Nigeria. I don't want to see another, he said. This is indeed a motivating statement that could inspire Obasanjo as a patriotic leader to meet Kanu and other separatists, informing them of his experiences during the war and encouraging them to drop their agitation. 1967 to 1970. Civil war was indeed an unpleasant experience, and as Obasanjo had stated in 2017, he doesn't want to witness another war. He couldn't be inspired to meet Kanu and other agitators across the country to quench the fire that may lead to another war. Thanks for listening, and that is the news.